Hello, good morning, or good evening, whenever you are watching this. I hope you are doing well. My name is Catherine, and today I am doing my December reading wrap-up in February. Like I said, I am doing my December reading wrap-up. Time got away from me, things happened. Here we are. I was going to combine my December and my January, because I also haven't done that, but I didn't want to do that. No, that seemed like a lot of books, and definitely be on the lookout for that January reading wrap-up. Before we get into the reading wrap-up portion of this video, be sure to hit subscribe if you are not already subscribed to me, and go ahead and give this video a like, and leave a comment down below telling me how are you? How are you doing? Really? I don't know about you guys, but I am struggling mentally, but we're fine. Anyway, let's talk about the books that I read in December of 2021. In the month of December, I read a total of 16 books. Not too bad. 8 of those books were audio, 7 were ebooks, and 1 was a physical book. Yeah, this physical TBR, it's not going down very much. Whoopsies. Genre-wise, I read 4 contemporary romances and 10 holiday romances. I have to specify holiday romances because they were a very specific genre of holiday romances. I also read 1 dystopian and 1 fantasy. I am going to be talking about these in genre order, so let's go. First, we have Wonder by Christina C. Jones. This is a Alice in Wonderland retelling with a sort of like dystopian vibe to it. We have Allie, whose sister disappears one day into the burrows, and she goes after her to go and find her. There is a like sort of capital type deal that oversees everyone, the government that oversees everyone, very like Hunger Games-y district type vibes to it. She goes down to the burrows to look for her sister, and there she kind of gets drawn into the dark underworld. This of course includes Maddox. I'm playing Mad Hatter, of course, because of course we can't have an Alice in Wonderland retelling without shipping Alice and the Mad Hatter. I guess that's a thing. But I wasn't complaining in this one. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a really clever Alice in Wonderland retelling. I really loved the dystopian vibes of it, and I really liked Allie as a character. I think she went on a really interesting journey of like self-discovery, what does she want, that sort of thing, while looking and trying to take care of her sister. The romance was super steamy while also being like really emotionally connected, and I just really liked their relationship. I thought it was really good. It was a really short book, but the world itself was just really well developed, and it doesn't look like it's going to be a series, but like I'd love for it to be a series. I think it'd be a really interesting series to be a part of. Next, for my contemporary romances, I read 4 of those. First, I read It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. This became a really popular book over on Book Talk. So much so that we are just constantly selling out at the bookstore that I work with. It just so much fun to deal with. And you know, it was really good. It's a kind of play on Schitt's Creek. It's about a girl named Piper who's a bit of a party girl. She gets sent off to the town that her dad was originally from to try and like learn to fend for herself. And there she meets a very grouchy fisherman. There is a lot of like grumpy sunshine happening. It was good. I liked the romance. I didn't love Piper as a character. She was kind of annoying, but like she was fine. And I didn't love, this is like a personal just thing of mine, how much he called her baby, like just constantly. That was like his only pet name for her was baby. And I don't vibe with that. That's not my favorite pet name for a love interest to use. So that was just a little bit of just a meh for me. But I did overall enjoy it. It was a cute romance. Next sort of rom-com that I read was How to Fail at Flirting by Denise Williams. I absolutely love this book. It was both a rom-com and also very like heavy at times. It is about Nia Turner, who is a professor who's like worried about her department's funding being cut. She also just has not really lived for herself since she got out of a really, really bad, toxic, abusive relationship. Her friends like encourage her to go out, live, make a like sort of bucket list of items of things that she wouldn't normally do. And so she like goes to a bar and meets a guy, and they like immediately hit it off, and they are just so cute. Her and Jake's relationship is just so sweet and caring, and I absolutely loved it. I loved the like banter and just the easy chemistry that the two of them had. I definitely want to put like a content warning on this one for like domestic violence and domestic abuse, as well as a attempted assault scene. It does have a cute cartoon cover, but also there are a lot of heavier topics in it. And while I did overall enjoy it, my biggest complaint was I thought that the third act breakup was kind of stupid, so oh well. Next, I read the next 2 books in the Blindfold Club series by Nikki Sloan. First was Three Little Mistakes. This one is definitely my favorite of all the books from the series so far. It is about Joseph, who is the owner of the Blindfold Club, and Naomi, who is the daughter of some important person. I don't know. She's often in the limelight. I absolutely love their chemistry and their relationship and their like just overall whole dynamic. I think they've had the best chemistry of all the series, the ones before this and the ones after this so far that I have read. I next read book 4, which is Three Dirty Secrets. I was really excited about this one because finally we have more of a female dom in charge here, but like the power dynamic just did not work because they were both doms. I don't know. It just wasn't really working. I felt like there was like a constant power struggle, but like not a good kind. It made things just feel awkward, honestly. In this one, we have Reagan, who works at the Blindfold Club, but she also is actually working there undercover. She is a undercover detective type deal. Works for like the FBI, which again I thought would be interesting, but And then we have Silas, who is a tattoo artist, and he's an artist. So like I liked Silas, I liked Reagan. I just don't think I like the two of them together. Next were my holiday romances. First, I read A Princess for Christmas and Duke Actually by Jenny Holiday. I am very curious if her name is actually Jenny Holiday, and that's why she writes Christmas romances. Princess for Christmas read exactly like a Hallmark Channel movie, and I was here for it. We have Leo, who is taking care of his little sister, Gabby, because of course their parents have passed away tragically, so he has to take care of them. He drives a cab, and one day he picks up a woman in his cab who turns out to be a princess of a small country. What? She hires him basically to be her driver for the rest of their stay in New York City, and then invites him back to Aldovia because of course it's named Aldovia. It's always called Maldovia, Aldovia, Caldovia. I loved Leo and Marie's relationship. Again, I just thought it was so sweet and cute, and they had great banter. I think individually they went through like some really great individual journeys, and like personal journeys, as well as like with each other, and their relationship just grew so beautifully and also got really steamy. And then Leo had a really great relationship with his sister, which I love to see. I love to see relationships outside of just the romantic relationship because I feel like it makes the characters that much more real. It's just really cute. It was a great time. Then I read the second book, which was Duke Actually. This one was actually a little less This one was actually a little less Christmassy. It's still kind of Christmassy, but like not as Christmassy. This follows Leo's best friend Danny and Marie's best friend Max. The two of them are kind of thrown together because they're, helping out their friends. And I really enjoy their relationship as well. It was a really great, like, friends to lovers. Like, they don't start out as friends, and then they have this, like, unexpected friendship that I just really loved. This was definitely a lot more slow burn than Princess for Christmas, which is totally fine because it meant that their friendship was just like super strong, and then the payoff was really, really good at the end. Then I read 2 Talia Hibbert novellas, Christmas novellas. I didn't know she had Christmas novellas, but she does. And they're both super cute. So the first one was Wrapped Up in To You. This is a childhood friends to lovers. We have William, who is now this like big time movie star, and his childhood best friend, what's her name? Abby, who's not a movie star, but they've always had a really great relationship. And they've always like had feelings for each other, so there's a lot of like mutual pining, which we love to see. It's a very short, cute novella. The other is Mary Inkmas, which follows Cash Evans, who is a tattoo artist. He's been frequenting a coffee shop that a girl named Bailey is working at because he, of course, has a crush on her. Then something happens, she gets fired, he offers her a job. You know how the rest goes. Again, just very cute, very short. I kind of wanted more. I wanted it to be a full novel. I thought it could have, like, it had the standing to be expanded to be a full novel, so it was like pretty surface level, but still a good time. Next is where we start my downward spiral, and if you are in any way related to me, just stop watching this video now. We don't need to talk about the rest of these books at all, ever, in any capacity. I spiraled. I got Kindle Unlimited. So I went into a little bit of a downward spiral on Kindle Unlimited with some Christmas novellas. I'm gonna rapidly, just very quickly, talk about them. First was Dipped in Holly by Dana Isley. This one was pure smut. It was a great time. Girl gets stumped at a bar and the owner of the bar takes real good care of her. Did not think about that use of Christmas lights. Next, Santa Baby by Cassie Mint. I genuinely don't remember anything about half of these novellas that I read. Let me just read my Goodreads review. I have so many regrets. Why did I pick this up? Well, I was curious, but I was definitely let down. I know it's only 50 pages, but I was hoping for at least some good smut. Alas, we got a scene and a half and a whole relationship had a weird power dynamic. Not really my jam. What was this book about? Oh, he was her boss at another bar type situation. Apparently I did not like this one. Next was Stuffed by Kay Sterling. This one I know I 100% wiped from my memory because I did not want to think about it after I read it. My comments say, I don't know how I ended up here. This felt like a fever dream. That's all we need to know about that one, honestly. Next was The Naughty List by Ellie Mae McGregor. Apparently, I high-key loved this one. It was a good time, and Santa was tattooed. I don't know if I mentioned, most of these involve either Santa or someone who looks like Santa, so that's where we're at. Then we have His Christmas List by T.L. Swan. Oh, this one, a corporate woman gets stuck in the middle of nowhere, Alaska, gets saved by burly lumberjack. Apparently I thought it could have been a full-length book, so I guess I really liked that one. Finally was Missile Foe by Kimberly Lemming. This takes place in her Mead Realm universe, aka the universe where That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon takes place in. If you haven't read that book, you should read it because I've talked about it enough at this point that now you're just openly not taking my recommendations. Rude. I absolutely love this one, as I am obsessed with Kimberly Lemming's writing. Hilarious, so fun. It's a shifter romance. It's a holiday novella. It has a sassy talking sword. Highly recommend. If you're going to read any of these Christmas novellas, read this one. This was actually a good time. Finally, we've gotten to the last book that I read, which I finally finished, The Atlas Six. This book took me since October. I started in October. Yeah, October, November. It took me 3 months to finish this book. Okay, here's the thing. It's not that I didn't like the book. I went into it expecting something very different. The vibes of the book itself were great. I feel like it could have been served really well with a little bit more editing, which I know it is about to be traditionally published, so I'm hoping, and from what I've heard, there has been some more editing done to it, which is great because timelines were super weird in this one. Oh, I forgot. What is this book about? Okay, that is such a great question. It's about a group of 6 people who are magic. They are chosen by this society that is a secret society, and they keep knowledge. They are keepers of knowledge, of lost knowledge and things. They are I don't want to say scientists, but they practice magic in a way to make like new discoveries, things like that. It's a very like elitist society. That's like kind of the point of the story, is this knowledge is being, you know, kept for just this elite group of people. The only thing they really know is that 6 are chosen, but only 5 can be a part of the society. Again, I liked the vibes of it, and I think that it was a really interesting concept. I don't know what actually happened in this book. Did anything actually happen? Great question. Don't know. All the characters' POVs kind of blended together, to the point where like I had to actively check to see whose POV we were in, because I lost track completely at times. Timeline was super messy, which may have been the point because they do mess with time. I love the idea of the book, and I'm really interested to see what the new edits are going to be. So I kind of probably will reread it. I don't know, we'll see. But unfortunately, this was the last book that I read of the year. Not really everything I hoped it would be, unfortunately. There we go. That is the end. Thank you for spiraling with me and watching all these interesting books that I read in the month of December. Yeah, December was a month. Can definitely say I'm out of my reading slump now, so thank goodness for that. If you like this video, once again, please be sure to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and until next time, bye!